Hi folks, William Stillman, psychic medium. After a long hiatus, and we figured out it was 2 years, I am back in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and I am here with Jaffa Kaufman of Spirited Events by Jaffa, and I'm very much looking forward to the day. As always and as before, I have no idea of where Jaffa will be taking us today. She has all the information, I don't, and very much looking forward to the
Really,
day.
all I have is the addresses. I don't even know the history. It's
So-
the people that we're going to that know the
So it'll be a
history.
revelation for both of us.
Exactly.
So, hope that you enjoy it.
Thank you.
Halfway up, I don't know where that would have put us in terms of the floor plan.
Okay.
But I was picking that up also. I mean, also hearing a lot of dogs barking.
Do you know an
outside.
age for the little boy?
I'm being shown about 8 to 9.
Okay.
About 8 to 9 years old. Yes. Mm-hmm.
You're not the only one who said that. And I had another woman come in here. I didn't know she was a medium. I kind of gave it to her, and she's like, "There's a very sick child here."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Isn't that
That's why I
interesting?
was like, "Wow," when you said that.
Well, that's interesting. So I don't know if that's something that would have been lost to time, or
Yeah.
if there's any
There's-
record of. I don't know if the child died in the house, but he feels like he was very ill.
There's a gap where there were renters that I couldn't find in her history. So, because it's in a borough, a lot of times people own it and then they rent it. So there could have been in a gap. I mean, I know that some of the children had died.
Yeah.
I think I'm back in time around the Civil War era.
And a lot of times they don't always put it in the newspaper, so I can't find it
Got it,
that
got
time
it.
all the time.
The other thing I wanted to ask about was if the name Elizabeth has any relevance to the property, because I was seeing that as well, to your knowledge. And again, it's placing me about in that era.
Again, we don't know who
Could have
rented.
been
Yeah.
renter, the Civil War renter, which would be nice to find out.
I'd love to know who had the house.
I'm also smelling alcohol.
Yeah.
And so
That I know.
I don't
Yep.
know if there was a wine cellar, or if alcohol was being made on the property, or if there were bootleggers, or if someone was very seriously alcoholic,
Confirm the last.
an alcoholic connected to the property. And
Very.
would that have been around that?
Much later.
Much later in time?
Later,
Okay.
yep.
I got to tell you, that's a male? A female? I got to tell you, that energy is very heavy. Very heavy. And I feel as though that energy of what I'm being told to say was a very toxic person. Did that person,
I can confirm
did
that.
that person take her life? Or was there a suicide connected to this property? I feel as though that person's energy is very heavy and feels very toxic, and I feel as though there's sort of residue of that energy that remains here to this day, to be honest. Not that you're haunted in any regard, but sometimes, people make imprints, they leave imprints on properties. So just want to put that out there to you
Okay.
for your
It was not her.
consideration.
She didn't kill herself.
Is there a suicide on the
That
property
I
to your
had
knowledge?
not that
I'm also being shown the name Bradley, that I think is a last name, connected to the property as well.
No, but if it helps me find renters,
Yes.
that would be great.
Love it.
I'm being shown the word hospital, and I'm wondering if at all people who had been wounded had been brought in here temporarily prior to being relocated somewhere else, if that would make sense to you. Because feels like it's maybe I think for the sake of efficiency, it feels like maybe on the first floor, at least initially. And had there been an outdoor kitchen here at one time?
In the back.
Because, thank you, I'm being pulled outside of the house for where some meals might have been prepared. Maybe laundry might have been done outside also. I feel as though there's a sense of very much wanting to do things that are hygienic, as primitive as that may have been at that time, by keeping food and soiled linens and soiled clothing separate from people who are wounded. if that would make sense, because I'm hearing gunfire going off, and I'm thinking that cannons could have been heard from here, because I'm seeing the windows
Definitely.
rattling.
Definitely.
Seeing the windows rattling.
Yeah.
I don't think that we had it on video, but when we were downstairs, I mentioned to you the name Andrew. And now I'm being told to pair the name Andrew with the name Bradley. So I don't know if it's Andrew Bradley. I don't know if it's Bradley Andrews. But I'll put that out there for your consideration beyond our time together if it's not coming to you right now. There's, oh my goodness. I'm also wondering about, I'm being shown a woman, again, I'm in Civil War era, so late 1800s, mid to late 1800s, and I'm being shown a woman actually giving birth here in the house. And I'm wondering if she hemorrhaged. I'm wondering if there was a death during childbirth in the house, to your knowledge. If not, she lost a lot of blood during the process.
I know some who died here, but not in childbirth. But again, we're missing renters.
So how much of a portion of time are you missing? Oh, the whole Civil War era.
I've got all the later
And earlier.
Oh, got it. Okay.
It's like that gap you really, really want.
Yeah. I'm also wondering, because I'm being shown the word headquarters, I'm also wondering if this property served as a gathering place or a meeting place. Now, I don't know if that was during Civil War specifically.
Okay,
that might be afterwards,
Yes.
where I feel as though in some official capacity there were people that came together and gathered here because it was, I'm being told to say, conveniently located, centrally located. So it
I can confirm that.
Thank you. Okay, we're confirming one thing. And I'm also wondering if at the time of the Civil War era, if this house was a little bit more isolated. So in present day, it's quite built up and you've got neighbors very close on either side. But when I'm looking back in time, it feels as though the homes are much further apart from one another. So it feels as though it's a little bit more freestanding than it would have been, and the property was larger so that you had the outdoor kitchen, and maybe that's where I'm being shown a cauldron with they're sanitizing the linens and so on. Yes. Ooh. Had there also been men temporarily buried on the property, to your knowledge? Because I think they would have been exhumed and relocated eventually, but I'm seeing, it's very unpleasant, I'm seeing some body parts and then maybe one or two men who had perished once they were brought here, buried on the property in what would be have been the backyard. So I don't know if you know anything about that.
Possible.
He did own the jail lot too, so he did own more than just the town lot at the time.
So there's property beyond this.
Like in the back.
That would have been an open field.
2 acres.
Interesting. Okay, so there might be something to that. I'm also smelling cow manure, so I'm wondering if there were cows on the property.
Probably.
Yes, and some chickens also. I'm seeing chickens pecking at the ground. I'm being told to say that there's a gentleman connected with the property who had a reputation for being something of a scoundrel. So I'm being shown the word scoundrel. So I don't know if that means he was a womanizer. I don't know if that means that he was dishonest.
Maybe.
And then I'm also being shown that there is a doctor connected to the property as well. I don't know if it's one and the same, if they're the same person. If the doctor that I'm picking up on was also had a reputation for being a scoundrel.
One I know, and no, definitely not him, because people talked about him in the highest regard. The other one I don't know. The Civil War era doctor, I don't know.
Dr. Michael.
Interesting. So I'm wondering if the Civil War era doctor is the one I'm picking up on, who may have had something of a reputation. And I'm also wondering about the woman that I'm seeing bleeding out is a botched abortion.
Oh.
Now that I'm picking up on the doctor, I'm wondering about that.
Well, it's not the later.
It wouldn't have been the
'cause
gentleman
he was
with the
kind of-
reputation, the
no.
excellent reputation, but
No.
I'm wondering about all of that. So, and that's
That I
something
don't
that's
know.
something that wouldn't have been in the papers, and
Yeah.
something that I don't know that you would be able to research.
No.
There's an illegitimate pregnancy connected to that, so it could get interesting if you decided to
Figure out
try
what
to
kind of guy he was.
do some more
Yeah.
research, because it sounds sort of like a soap opera.
Ooh, that's
Yes.
interesting.
So I'm being pulled from the place where we are down to what would have been in the house, the original indoor kitchen area. Do you know where that is? May we go there?
Sure.
First of all, before we leave, is there any questions that you have about anything I've said while we're up here? I feel like without all of the other buildings around the house that are here now in modern times, that people would have had a clear vision of being able to see what was going on.
Can we tell you now
Yeah,
about that?
yeah, please.
This house actually wasn't there. It was a much shorter house. So from here, you could see right down.
The house next
Right.
door wasn't there.
Right,
So you
correct.
could
That's
see
much later.
into the area where some of the battle was
Yeah,
occurring.
probably
Yep.
some
Okay.
cemetery.
Yep.
Plus, can we show them the attic? Look at the closet. What we found
On the floor,
on the floor.
the black spot.
Is it blood?
That's blood.
So there were people that were brought here that were wounded.
That, or maybe a sharpshooter was shot. I'm not sure.
She's found bullets,
Bullets.
Oh,
that
you found
fall out of the
Yeah, fell on the
ceiling.
And I think I said I had heard bullets earlier and cannons and all of that sort of thing.
Yes, you did.
Was there to your knowledge, a cannonball that actually hit the house?
Not that I'm aware of.
Not that necessarily came into the house, but may have hit the exterior of the house. I don't know.
Possible.
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah,
We're only 2 blocks from the north-south line.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty. Any other comments about anything I've said while we're
no.
here? Okay, well then we'll head.
Oh, one
Yeah,
thing that
yes.
you might be interested in is that's one of the doctor's chests.
Dr. Felty.
It's actually
He's
written
left
on
here.
there.
Interesting. Now, that's.
He was the good reputation.
Oh, he was the fellow
Very
with the
good.
great reputation. Okay. I don't think that's the one I was picking up on.
He was the good guy.
Okay. Yes. Alrighty, well then I guess we'll head downstairs.
Downstairs.
So as we were coming down the stairs, I called downstairs to Kendra and Laura because I was hearing that very sick child coughing again, and I said, I think this is about the floor where it would be, and I said, can we go in this room here? And then Laura said, yes, it's a bedroom. So I'd like to just poke my head in here, if you don't mind, and invite you to join me, because I want to see if there's anything more I can pick up about this child that sounds like he's very ill.
Okay.
Yeah, if you don't mind.
Did you want to go in that one?
Sure.
And I guess there's no way of knowing who might have stayed in this room at that time.
No.
I'll be okay. Yeah.
And I think I had said something about diphtheria earlier, if memory serves, and I'm not even sure I know the symptoms of diphtheria, but, or whooping cough. I don't know if that's part of that experience, but I'm hearing this child is very ill, and in the room with him, there's a nurse, there's a woman who was assigned to him. I'm wondering if the family that lived here actually had some money or would have been wealthy enough to hire a woman who was a nurse
Yes.
or a governess
Yes.
because she is here right by his side and in the room with him. So she's sitting reading. She's in the room by his side, and there also I'm seeing in the room there's a round ball but the ball is wooden, which is curious to me. So it's almost like, I'm being told to say Skittles. So it's a wooden ball to throw at pins, I think. That would have been called Skittles at the time. And I'm also seeing some toy soldiers that I don't think were made in this country. I think they were imported.
Oh, interesting.
So I think this family had some money. I think they had some wealth, if that would make sense, based on what you know. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm wondering if this child is the Andrew that I was picking up on, and I don't know if it is he that dies in the house, but I do feel as though there was a child that was lost, that passed. And there is a prominent cemetery not too far from here where I think he would have been buried. He would have been placed there.
Evergreen.
Evergreen.
Is it within walking distance
Oh, yeah.
from here?
Yeah.
Thank you. That's what I wanted to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it would be interesting at some point to see if there is anything still existing with the name Andrew or Andrews on it. Andrews as a last name. Yeah, again, the child is maybe no more than 9 years old, about 8 or 9. Mhm. Mhm. There's also getting the name Dorothy connected to the property. I don't know if she's the nurse, maybe. They also had a cook. They had a woman who helped with the cooking, I believe,
Yeah.
as well. So they had, feels like servants.
There were a lot
right?
of servants to the different owners in
Thank
this
you.
house.
Okay,
Yes.
but I'm
Yeah.
back during
Yeah.
Civil War era where I'm feeling like, well, there's a nurse, there's she's the governess and the
Yeah.
nurse, and then there's the cook, and maybe there's another girl. She's possibly a niece or daughter of the cook who is helping with maybe the housekeeping, helping to do some of the laundry. So I'm picking up that connection as well. And I'm seeing just some random books that would have been his at the time also. There's sort of like school primer books. I'm seeing like the ABCs. I'm seeing, I'm wondering if any books like this are still in the house actually, or if you have any antique books that you picked up somewhere else that are similar to this. I'm seeing books that have some recitations in them, like the Lord's Prayer. I'm being shown the word sonnet. So things of that nature, things that children, I think, would have learned to recite in school, perhaps.
In that chest upstairs, there's some old books that were in there when we moved in.
There's some old books in the chest upstairs. I'm wondering if, before we leave, Laura, if you might be able to take a quick look to see if there's anything
Yeah, there's a
that,
Humpty Dumpty book, that I know.
that would have been a child's book of that era.
I don't know about that era. I
Yeah.
don't think it was that.
Is that Felty's trunk?
Yes. I think they were.
It would be great if we could take a quick look.
Sure.
Just for the heck of it,
Mhm.
yeah. Okay. Do you have questions about anything I've said in this room? No? All right, well then we'll keep moving.
I'd like to send you into that room.
And the other room?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's selfish meeting.
Yes.
Because you know why.
Yes, I know why.
Going that way.
Oh,
I know why
Oh,
I told her once.
okay. I'll turn some lights on.
Great, go ahead. There's a female presence connected to this room, correct? Very strong female presence. Can you validate that? I'm wondering if you have received complaints about this room from people that have stayed in this room. I'm wondering if there are people here that have felt chills or that the room feels very cold.
I've heard that, yes.
I'm wondering if, oh, this is uncomfortable. I feel like I'm here in bed sleeping. I don't sleep very well because I'm feeling like someone is standing over me watching me as I'm sleeping. And it's a very
I can
odd,
see.
it's a
I
very
can
odd
see that
feeling. It's very
subtle.
uncomfortable.
I can see
And
that.
I also feel is one of the mirrors in the room original to
This-
the house? I feel like,
No, not original.
or older. I
Yes.
feel like as I'm looking in a mirror, out of the corner of my eye, I'm catching something that looks like a person in the glass. And I don't know if that's something that you can confirm for me either.
I've never.
But it feels
seen
like this room has a different temperature or a different sensation to it compared to the two other rooms that we've been in, which feel to me emotionally warmer.
Okay.
If that would make sense to you, based on what you know. Yeah.
That's interesting. No, because I want to just poach you.
I also feel. I'm being shown the word altercation connected to this room also. I don't know if this was if this was considered a master bedroom. I don't know if there had been maybe arguments of more of a marital spat that occurred in this room. Is that a possibility
Yes,
based on what
would
you
have been the
know?
master
This
bedroom.
is the master bedroom, thank you. And so I'm feeling as though there's a very dominant male personality that to me feels earlier I didn't say anything, I was shown the word abuse or abusive.
Okay.
And so I don't know if this is the same doctor that we were talking about who maybe had been the scoundrel, had been thought of as the scoundrel. But I'm feeling as though this person, the male, is, that's interesting also. He weaponizes scripture in order to justify his behavior.
Oh, that's
and,
very.
and the ways in which he is lord of his property and sees the females, his wives, I'm supposed to say, wives, plural, as very much subservient to him. So I'm going to put that out there. I don't know if all of that is making sense, but again, I'm back in that era.
Dr. Reverend.
The Reverend
Watson
Dr. Watson, who was
lived here for 20-something years.
and he was the first Presbyterian church minister.
And does he at all fit with any of the description that I was giving of this would have been his bedroom?
Yes.
It
correct?
would have, yes.
With a wife?
Yeah, he had a wife.
Yes, yes.
Was there more than one wife to your knowledge? Someone I think had two wives,
There's a bunch
not
of them.
not simultaneously. But
Well, you don't know. He was a scoundrel.
you don't know, it's a scoundrel. There may have been a mistress. You know. Do you have questions about anything I've said about this room?
Do you feel anything Civil War oriented?
In this room? Not particularly,
Okay.
no. No, I feel more as though this is the master bedroom, and again, there's a different emotional temperature to the room, so that's why I asked if people had ever complained about the room seeming very cold or feeling drafts. And then, as I said earlier, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm just catching a glimpse out of the corner of my eye
Somebody
of a
moving.
figure in the mirror, you
Okay.
know. Alrighty. All right. I think we can head downstairs to the kitchen.
Kitchen.
In that room, it's
So did
definitely
I.
different than the rest.
What's that?
It's a different
Yeah.
sensation.
I
Yeah.
felt it too. Like that, like just
Yeah.
like he described it.
Yeah, I have friends
cold.
that stay in that room. They come every month and they say that there's definitely somebody in there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're very prone to feeling that too. They, you know, they,
I think I said, well, I'm not sure I would feel comfortable sleeping in that room. I think I would sleep very lightly because I would feel like someone's standing there watching me like, what are you doing in my bed?
Yeah.
You know, like who are you and what are you doing in my bed? That's the sensation I got. Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll head downstairs.
Actually, can we just look at one bedroom up here?
Sure.
This before we go down.
She said something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry to make you keep going
Let me show you.
So where do we go?
The house just keeps going.
You know, it looks sort of small from the outside, and
It's not.
there's a lot to it.
It's 6,000 square feet.
Wow.
It's big. Oh, that's another thing. You didn't see in the other room. There's writing on the wall. It says, sorrow is the ruin of man.
Ain't that true?
So you have this. I want to see if you feel anything.
All right. We'll wait till Kendra. Kendra, can you join us? So we're in yet another bedroom. Laura's asked me to come in here to see if there's anything that I can pick up on. This does have a feminine feel to it, this room. But I'm also wondering if... I'm being shown the word surgery. I'm wondering if there had been any operations performed in this space to your knowledge.
Not to my knowledge.
And I'm also getting a female A name connected to this room, as in Anne, Anna, Annabelle. Does that make
All
any
of the
sense?
above.
Does that make all three?
Oh, no, not Annabelle.
Annabelle.
There's Anne,
Anne,
and Anna
An Anne and an Anna connected to this room?
to the house.
Okay, is it possible that this was her room, one of the Annes?
I don't know.
Could be.
Could have been. I don't know.
All right. And I'm also wondering if someone served in, it might be one of the Anns, if someone served in the capacity of a teacher, and that's possibly even a Sunday school teacher, that's also possibly teaching any of the children that may be here, teaching the child or the children that have been ill while they were here as well. So I'm seeing a woman wearing a little cross around her neck. So that's why I was wondering about a church affiliation, a Sunday school affiliation. Also getting the name Daniel.
Yes.
And who is Daniel, please?
He,
Oh, yes.
yes. He
Yes.
was later on. Oh, what was
Swartz.
Swartz, that's it. Daniel Swartz.
Owner.
Daniel had been an owner.
Yes.
Okay. Does any of the Anns connect to him, to your knowledge?
His first wife.
There's also a Frank. There's a connection to a Frank also. Frank Francis, I'll also take. I have to ask a tough question. To your knowledge, was anyone killed in this house?
No idea.
Do you know anything about that, Kendra?
Died, yes. Killed.
Not died a natural death. I'm
Poisoned?
no, a stabbing.
Was it in this room?
No, I don't think it was in this room, but I think on the property. Yeah. Because I'm seeing a sharp blade, and then yeah. Interesting. Okay.
Did you want to tell me your story?
No, I'm always...
I think I'm done with this room. I think that's all that I'm getting,
Okay.
aside from the Anns and the Daniel connection.
You're standing in a very interesting spot.
Yes, you are, because I was one of these people that really didn't believe in this stuff. I'd be like, yeah, okay, to people, until
Right.
I saw a man standing right where you are. I woke up in the
Okay.
middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, because we were playing musical bedrooms as we were working with each bedroom. And I woke up, I was sleeping right there, and there was a man, he was wearing a gray coat and an officer's hat, looking around out that window.
Yeah.
And I
Well, I'm
watched him
wondering if it's the
disappear.
man that I felt would have been standing over me while I was sleeping when I was in the other room.
I don't know.
I'm wondering.
But I told my husband, I tried one more night, and I'm like, nah, we're moving out of this room. It wasn't like it was spooky or anything, it was just eerie.
Yeah.
And you're standing in the
Exact spot where he
she saw
was.
him.
Yes.
Curious. Well, as I've said before in our videos, I don't believe that there are any ghosts in Gettysburg. I don't believe that there are any human souls that this many years on have not figured out how to get to where they need to be. What I do believe people are picking up on are emotional imprints that have been made on certain properties, certain environments that sensitive people can pick up on, or sometimes under certain climate conditions get released into the atmosphere almost like video snippets, and I think that's what people are picking up on.
Gotcha.
Yeah, that's my personal theory. All right, now we can head down to the kitchen.
We'll go to the kitchen,
Okay.
yes. We have this.
So we're just going to open the chest of drawers to see if there are any, vintage children's books that I had been picking up on
Mess.
when I was in the room with where I felt the little boy was very ill.
Oops, what have we done? Got a lot of wallpaper. Let's see. What is this?
That's some sort of a...
No,
It's
that's
like
not
a-
it. Here it is. Here's Humpty Dumpty.
No, that's not it.
Yeah.
What about the toy soldiers?
Oh, I will show you toy soldiers
You
that
talked
we found
about
in the
some-
wall in the room that you're in. We found paper toy soldiers.
You said something about foreign soldiers
And they're all
before?
Hessian soldiers.
Yeah,
I'll show
yeah.
you those. I don't know. I don't know what year these are.
That's some old homework papers.
Yeah, there's some wild stuff in here. This wallpaper is so old, it's just, look at it,
It's
it's
falling
just falling
apart,
apart, but
isn't
it's beautiful. I wish it wasn't. Yeah, this is all,
Okay.
but let me show you the toy soldiers.
Yes. That'd be interesting. Then we can just cut that in, Tim.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Thanks for going to the trouble.
Oh, yeah.
Doing that.
Well, just when you said it, I was like, oh my gosh.
Can you send her engravings on this somewhere?
Yeah,
Oh, it says Dr.
J.C.
It says
Felty.
Dr. J.C. Felty. He lived in this house from 1917 to 1921.
My goodness.
From what year?
1917 and 1921.
4
Oh, he
years.
wasn't here very long.
No, he was a doctor. Well, everyone loved him. He was very. Now, Dr. Runkle, who lived there, owned this house during the battle.
Interesting.
He also owned
He was the
houses
one that
on
might have been
Washington Street.
sketchy.
Yeah, he was a
right?
little sketchy, I think.
That's interesting. So that he might have been the one
Yeah,
I
he
was
might have been. He
picking
didn't
up on.
live here though, but still, he definitely was. Something was up with him because they were trying to get him to help during the battle, the wounded soldiers, and he said, "Yeah, go home."
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, so.
He had didn't he have a Hippocratic oth that he had to abide
Well,
by?
supposedly he was so wealthy he didn't even have
He didn't
to
have to
practice.
practice his trade because he had so much money. But I'm going to show you the soldiers. It's just really cool when you said that because they came out of the wall in that bedroom. Now also there is
In the bedroom, the little boys?
Yeah, there's an opening in the wall. So this was definitely a child's room that was a master because there was an opening in the wall
Thank you.
to get to
Are you
that
getting
bedroom
this?
from that one.
Great. So you're going to show us the toy soldiers?
I have them down here in front
Oh,
of
we
me.
don't have any.
Yeah, it's not the prettiest video, but I'm getting the sound.
I have shoes, I have so many things.
Stuff in the walls.
All walls.
Thanks, John. In the bedroom with that.
No, no, it's good.
They're,
Oh my goodness.
and they're old.
Look at that.
And this one, these weren't colored yet, but this is an old carriage and an old another soldier.
So here are the little soldiers that maybe I was picking up on when I was in what I thought was the little boy's bedroom. And you had found these
In the wall, not
in the
there.
wall in that bedroom. And they're definitely very, very old. And the costumes, the uniforms in the images are very old and of that era also. So thank you so much for sharing.
Oh,
that.
sure.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, when you said it, I was like, wow.
Amazing, yes. Beautiful.
Okay, so I'll take you to the back
So,
bedroom.
yeah.
I mean, you want to see the back kitchen?
The kitchen.
Yes, back over here.
Are there things that you're picking up on that you want to
She's
go on
looking for things
before
to
we
go
wrap
for you.
Before we wrap up, do you want to go on record as like
Yeah,
that confirming
actually, one
anything?
of the things that you said upstairs in the bathroom was that you had Anna, and then right after you said Daniel.
Anna Runkle sold to Daniel Schwartz.
Interesting.
Right, yes.
So there's
That's the
Anna,
connection.
Daniel.
That's where they connect. Thank you.
Daniel.
Okay,
Yep.
interesting.
I was looking for the woman who may have died.
It might be a servant, because I'm assuming those are the servant quarters, because they're much, if you notice, they're not as grand, the rooms, they're lower ceiling.
Interesting.
Probably, yes, yep.
They're not like the other ones.
So anything that
Yep.
you can validate before we leave, we'll get you just,
Yep.
and then we'll cut you in
Okay.
to that portion. Right? Oh, we can do that. Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
Great.
and then back
So we'll go
here.
to the kitchen.
Now, when we had to dig up these floors back here, so we found all sorts of like underground, like, it looks like it was some kind of underground stove that was back in this room over here. It's a little messy right now because we're,
Okay. Just want to caution you not to reveal anything more. Unless I ask for it. Thanks.
Sorry.
That's okay. So this area would have been
the outside kitchen.
the outside kitchen.
It was the back kitchen, how's that? I wouldn't say it was outside.
Thank
it was
you,
back.
because I felt like there was an indoor kitchen.
Yeah, this was it.
But then I also felt as though there was another kitchen that was outside.
There definitely probably was.
Okay,
Yes.
alrighty.
Yes, there was. There was 2 kitchens.
Thank you. So Kendra's confirming that there were indeed 2 kitchens, so this would have
Yes.
been sort of more of an interior kitchen, and then there would have been an outdoor kitchen also. I'm wondering if in the outdoor kitchen is where meats would have been cured or dried. Is that a possibility? I'm seeing...
The smokehouse.
They
did
like
have a smokehouse,
That's what I
yes.
wanted to hear.
Yes.
Thank you, because I'm seeing what
Yeah.
looks like sausage links. I'm seeing like a pig's carcass hanging, things of that nature that you would associate with that. Yeah. We had talked earlier about, because I'm seeing a very young girl here that I believe is not a family member, and we had talked earlier about a gal who had been a cook that may have had a niece or a daughter, someone to whom she was related, that was also in the employ of the owners. And I'm wondering if you know anything about that, because I'm feeling that she's here. And I'm also wondering, I'm being told to mention, no offense to anyone, this is the vernacular of that era. I'm being told to ask about the colored girl also, who connected to the property. What do you know about
I
that?
think in your writings that there was a freed black servant that lived here.
That's what I wanted to hear. Thank
I don't
you.
remember
Yeah, I
that.
think I remember seeing
A female.
Yes.
That would have also been one of the servants.
Yes.
That's what I wanted to hear. So I feel her in this space as well, helping out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So did we confirm, refresh my memory please, I had been smelling cow manure earlier. Did we confirm that there is at least one cow that belongs to the property or that had been on the property?
I think so.
Because
Yeah.
I'm seeing them bringing in fresh milk. I'm also seeing someone has a butter churn, so I'm seeing them making butter. And I'm also being told to ask about a primitive form of refrigeration. So I don't know if at that time they would have had an ice box where there would have been anyone that would have delivered a big
Yes.
chunk of ice, and it's sort of a small cabinet, maybe, Laura, not much bigger than the little fireplace here. And I'm being shown that for a limited portion of time, you could keep things cold indoor. They're pointing me, I'm assuming there's a basement here.
There's a crawl space.
Crawl space.
Yes,
Okay.
there is a basement.
So they're pointing down below us, and I'm wondering if there had been either a fruit cellar or an area where preserves would have been stored and put up for the winter months. I'm being shown that the winters here were pretty brutal also.
Yes.
Yeah. And was there a stable out back?
There was.
Also, because I'm hearing horses, I'm seeing several horses as well.
Yeah, their land actually went all out back.
Excuse me. There's someone that smokes a pipe. There's a gentleman that smokes a pipe connected to the property also. Who would that have been, do you know?
Grim.
Oh, he did. I have pictures of him smoking
There's a, you have pictures of him with a pipe?
The pictures I have that you gave me in the book.
Oh, was he smoking a pipe in that one? I don't remember.
We'll check.
I don't know why that popped into my head for him.
We'll insert a picture of him
Yeah.
smoking a pipe if we
I
have
think
it.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, but
We
I
have
was
a bunch of pictures of him.
getting that sensation also. Okay. I think that's about all I'm getting here.
Okay.
Right? Thanks, gals, for your help. It was
yeah, of course.
wonderful. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, no problem.
It was fascinating, and I'll be curious to see any other validations that you're able to dig up.
Will do.
Well, you had mentioned before about a headquarters.
Yes.
General Jubal Early stood right there and watched the Battle of East Cemetery Hill right there. And that's where he got his leg shot. Right
Oh my
there.
goodness.
Wooden leg, so he didn't really feel anything.
Oh my goodness.
But I got that, Tim Smith told that whole story.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, so
Oh,
I'm assuming they
interesting.
must have been in the house. I mean, I have 3 Confederate bullets that fell out of the wall, so
Yeah.
maybe they did come here, I don't know.
Yeah. Interesting. Well, thanks
Yeah.
again.
Sure.